And now we are 3 weeks into the Premier League season. Some insane results, VAR again, controversy, and of course it helps out my team for some reason. And my team is Chelsea, if you haven't been paying attention. So they played Fulham in the early game, 7:30 a.m. This was last week. We're in the international break right now. But they played Fulham. Fulham actually scored first. Josh King scored I think that was his first goal. But it got called off for a foul. Rodrigo Muniz stomped on Trevor Chalobah. And to be fair, it was a controversial VAR call. And that basically changed the trajectory of the game. João Pedro again scored a header, and Enzo Fernandez scored a penalty, and Chelsea ended up winning 2-0. And Manchester United barely sneaked by and against Burnley. And we also had a controversial penalty call on that penalty for Chelsea. It was a little bit of a dive, but I'll take what I get. United beat Burnley 3-2. I believe they took the lead. Yeah, they took the lead, then Burnley equalized, then they took the lead back, and Burnley equalized within 2 minutes. Then Bruno Fernandes gets another attempt. He missed a penalty last week. He scores it this time. 3-2, United barely squeak by. Then we had Sunderland played Brentford, and Brentford had a missed penalty and a goal called offside. Or no, they didn't have a goal called offside. They just missed a penalty. But all 3 goals were grabbed pretty late. Igor Thiago, the Brentford striker, scored. Then Enzo Laffi scored a penalty, and 96th minute, Wilson Isidor's header sends Tyneside into absolute scenes. So Sunderland looked pretty good in that game. And they're in 6th place. Sunderland, not looking bad. But Tottenham, unveiled Xavi Simons. They give up a goal in the 5th minute against Bournemouth. And that's all Bournemouth needed. They got a big win at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I think Evan Nielsen was the one that scored that goal. But Tottenham did not look like themselves. Gianluigi Vicario, the Tottenham goalkeeper, put up a couple of good saves. Put together the string of saves there. There's definitely one other game. One of the 10 o'clock games. So I mentioned 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, Everton Wolves. Jack Grealish. My man is just a legend in Everton now. He gets another 2 assists, 4 assists in 3 games for my man Jack Grealish. The fans clearly love him. Iliman and Ndiaye on the score sheet again. Beto and Kieran Dewsbury Hall. A 3-2 win for Everton against Wolves. Wolves it's not looking great for them right now. 3-3. I think they're the only team without a point. And the only other team coming into this week without a point was West Ham, but they erased that real quick. It was 0-0 in the 84th minute, away game against Nottingham Forest. Forest were probably the better team. I think who scored that first goal? I don't remember, but 84th minute they scored. Looks like to be the winner. And then West Ham gets a penalty. Paqueta, probably the most savage moment of the whole week. He was reported to go to Aston Villa. He makes a phone call, throws it away, kisses the badge for West Ham. So that's basically how it's going for Villa right now. We'll get to them later. And then Callum Wilson, out of all people, scored the 3rd goal. And West Ham get a big win, and they're moving up the table. Newcastle are struggling right now. Nick Voltamad, they signed a good number 9, so maybe he can help out the team. But only 1 point so far for 2 points, excuse me, so far for Newcastle. Two draws and a loss. They drew 0-0 with Leeds away. So Newcastle do not look good right now. But we have not gotten to Manchester City yet, because they were leading. Erling Haaland scored his 100th Premier League goal, which is insane, because he's only been in the league for what, like, this is his 4th year at Man City. Insane. But Brighton come crawling back. Brian Groida scored the winner for Brighton, and they beat City 2-1. City are struggling right now. They got to get Rodri back into form. I don't know where Cherky was that whole game. Marmoush looked like a shell of himself, although he did have that assist. Raniers has pretty much been a one-game wonder with the Wolves game, where he performed really, really good. And then we had the game of the week, Liverpool versus Arsenal at Anfield, and the Reds managed to pull it off. A unbelievable, and I mean damn unbelievable, free kick from Dominic Szoboszlai, and that was in the 83rd minute, and that was the breakthrough for Liverpool. They're one of 3 clubs that are undefeated. Liverpool has won all 3 games. Chelsea has 2 wins and a draw, and Crystal Palace with a win and 2 draws. They got their first win, a dominating win at Villa Park. Villa look like a shell of themselves. I don't know how they're going to cope in Europe. But Mark Gahey, also incredible goal into the top corner. But hey, that's just how the league goes. It's still early in the season, and I'll catch you guys next week for week 4. It'll be a little later because it's next weekend. I'll see you.